power is not necessary to quell it. This is absolutely necessary, but I don't think we have to have glowing and strong announcements of what's going to be done there. I think our strong announcements must be made concerning what we're going to do to get rid of the conditions that cause people to riot. We must work passionately and unrelentingly for first-class citizenship, but we must never use second-class methods to gain it. We've got to get smart. We've got to organize. We've got to organize so effectively and so well and engage in such powerful creative protest that there will not be a power in the world that can stop us.
So long as Mayor Locher calls Negro leaders extremists and fails even to consult with ministers and other responsible members of the Negro community, he will not be able to ease the racial tensions which exist in Cleveland. Neither white nor Negro will be safe in Cleveland until the mayor shows that the city cares about all its citizens.
I think the mayor must also be commended for, after a bit of campaign, he came over to the Stokes headquarters and commended him, and I think this took a kind of bigness that he evinced at that moment, and also Mr. Sealtest, and it is my hope that these men will get behind the person that they at least said last night they would get behind and move on, so that this election in November will not be a black-white one, but a Republican-Democratic one. Good progress. I've just gotten a report on the progress that has been made in some 100 or more than 100 stores in the ghetto have agreed to take Sealtest products, both milk and ice cream, from their counters, and we already have some 25 that have taken them down, and others will take the products off their counters if the boycott continues. So it's been very effective at this point. And of course, Sealtest has agreed to talk with us. There was a meeting with the ministers last night, at which time Sealtest gave all of the facts concerning employment, the number of Negroes, the number of whites, and the categories in which Negro employees are working. So we now have the basic information that we need, and we will begin negotiating with them. It will depend on the vigor with which the North faces a problem of racial injustice. If the North will face the problem and do something about it, then it can stave off demonstrations similar to ones in Birmingham. But if the communities are not eternally vigilant in the North, I think there is a possibility that these types of occurrences will develop.
You think there's a deadline or a time limit for the North to come to this awareness?
Yes, I do. I think the time is running out, and the Negro all over the United States is tired of second-class citizenship, tired of being relegated to the status of a thing rather than a person. And I'm sure that if this problem isn't solved in the very near future, it can mean some very dark and desolate nights for the whole country. Negotiations with Sealtest Foods have resulted in an agreement to give 50 new and upgraded jobs to the Negro and other non-white citizens of Cleveland. This agreement cancels the selective patronage campaign against Sealtest products sponsored by Operation Breadbasket. The new and upgraded jobs will open a new total income of over $300,000 annually for the ghetto community of Cleveland.
We are able to say to ourselves now that we do count. And I want to say to everybody under the sound of my voice this afternoon that you are somebody. Don't let anybody make you feel that you are nobody. You are somebody. You have dignity. You have worth. Don't be ashamed of yourself, and don't be ashamed of your heritage. Don't be ashamed of your color. Don't be ashamed of your hair. I am black and beautiful, and not ashamed to say it. It is a known fact that every politician respects votes, and we have enough potential voting power here to change anything that needs to be changed. And so let us set out to do it, and to do it in no uncertain terms. And finally, I want to say to you that if we will organize like this, we have a power that can change this city.
Friends and relatives are registered, and that you don't.
Out here with the audience, why don't all of them come up here on the truck so we can be seen? We have Councilman. These states. Thank you very kindly. That my job is not a difficult one now.
For I want to say to you that this voter registration drive will go down as the most successful voter registration drive conducted anywhere in this country over the last 10 years. That as a result of our pressure and our legal moves, that these notices will be withdrawn. Now, if they insist on moving the tenants out, I can assure you that we will have counteraction, which will be very strong and positive. I would not give exactly what that action will be at this time. One of the things, we will no longer tolerate intolerable living conditions and intolerable housing units in which we are so often forced to live. If both candidates are defeated, it will reveal in no uncertain terms the people in the white community voted against these two men because they are Negroes. In both cities, most of the people are registered Democrats. And if they vote against Mr. Stokes and Mr. Hatcher, it reveals that they are voting against these men because they are black. I think it would show real progress. I think it would show that there are people in the white community who are willing to vote for the best candidate and not allow themselves to be sucked in by racism.
The agreement we have reached today is consistent with the leadership Pick and Pay has always assumed in community relations. It becomes a part of our employer responsibility to hire and train at all job levels within our company. Advancement through training provides a challenging opportunity for all of us.
The lack of income and jobs in our slums, the riots through which many American cities have suffered. As long as people are devoid of jobs, they will find themselves in moments of despair that could lead to a continuation of social disorders. Operation Breadbasket intends to play a vital role in overcoming the deep social tensions that now keep the fabric of our society frayed.
We feel that over the last few years, through our nonviolent struggle, we have achieved moral power, and we have literally subpoenaed large segments of the nation to appear before the judgment seat of morality on the question of civil rights. Now it is necessary to transform this moral power into political power so that we can bring about the necessary political reforms that will solve the problems that we face.
Dr. Martin Luther King today at 6:30, a two-day campaign on Good After Vote.